Hello, everyone. I am back with another post, and the topic of discussion today is evaluation and experimentation. Having been a data scientist for a couple of years now, and having built AI products 0 to 1 for almost a year now, I understand the potential of these products. But how valuable is a product that you cannot evaluate or experiment with? Let's talk about my project, Market Minds, that I did make a video about. It currently has 7 agents right now. Each of these agents have predefined roles and tasks. I have maintained the devil's advocate agent to act as a guardrail for the outputs of each of these agents, be it for hallucination, for consistency, faithfulness, or even latency. But at the end of the day, it's still an agent. So the question stays, how do you evaluate and experiment with an agent? So I try to deep dive into the tried and tested methods currently. For example, for LLMs, we are using exact match, F1 scores, BLEU, that is the bilingual evaluation, RAG or Rogue, I do not know how you pronounce that, which is the recall-oriented understudy, which helps with summarizations. Also, other metrics like BERTScore, and sometimes even LLM-as-Judge. But that is only for LLMs. Again, coming to RAG pipelines, how do you check retrieval quality? Recall at K, or maybe even mean reciprocal rank. And if you want to check if the answer is grounded enough, you can use open frameworks like RAGAS and TruLens, which are sort of a dashboard to show you how these pipelines are working. But again, it is just evaluating a RAG pipeline. How do you evaluate an entire AI product which have multiple things going on? So if we take for Market Minds, for example, it has multiple agents, each of them doing a specific task. And so how do you go about it? On researching enough, I found this KDD 2025 survey, which talks about evaluation and benchmarking of LLMs. Now, what's interesting about this work is that it doesn't propose a brand new metric, but instead it lays out a framework, sort of a taxonomy that organizes the evaluation into two things. A, what you measure, so things like behavior, capabilities, reliability, safety. And B, how you measure it, maybe with a holdout data set or human as judge or LLM as judge, or maybe just plain logs. Essentially, it's just a roadmap as to how to build your evaluation framework. I found another paper that could help us. That is the Agent as a Judge paper by the Meta team. It is exactly like LLM as a Judge, but it's just a step above. At first glance, it looked like something that I have already achieved, that is the Devil's Advocate agent. But it's not quite that. The Devil's Advocate agent is a part of the workflow. It is a Devil's Advocate to each and every output from each and every agent. But what this paper proposes is having an agent outside of the workflow. So its focus is twofold. A, the output itself, and B, the intermediate steps between each and every agent. So essentially, it provides judgment across, did the actual task get completed? How successful was each task? And gives you scores and fine-grained feedback. So essentially, an advantage of having an agent outside of the workflow versus inside of the workflow like a Devil's Advocate are A, granularity. It judges not just the content quality, but also whether the process was logical and procedurally correct. B, objectivity. It's not co-creating the report, so it will never have bias. Scalability. You can run it across dozens of runs and build a performance distribution. D, it is metrics ready. Its evaluations can feed into task success rates, groundedness scores, workflow compliance, etc. Do give these papers a read, and please suggest more methods or frameworks I can use to evaluate agents or an entire multi-agentic product. Thank you.